This is Rich Fregosa for AVNation.tv. I'm in Barcelona for ISE 2023, and I'm pretty excited because it's just 8 months since the last time I was in Barcelona, and I get to see a familiar face, Brandon Heinz, who is with Renkus-Heinz. Brandon, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Rich.
So
nice to be back.
Yeah, last time we were here in summer, we had a conversation right at the beginning of the interview, which was the show opened and we didn't know how it was
going to go,
right?
exactly.
And after the show, it was kind of this, wow, okay, we got through moment. And now we're back to the regular schedule, right? We're back to the January show. Things are returning to a way that, we're kind of feeling that.
Feeling a little bit more normal, yeah.
Exactly. Well, and again, as a North American-based company and being operated in the MEA and Europe and, finally making it over here, kind of one of the things that I wanted to start, and I love talking about the product. And we love, since 1979, you guys have been building fantastic product. But a big part of it sometimes that we don't always get to talk about is you obviously have a name that is part of the company.
That's true, yeah.
We don't always get to talk about that. And, obviously be part of the family business. But what drew you to be part of the family business?
That's a good question, and I'm not really sure what drew me to the business other than when I got out of school, I didn't have a job. My dad asked if I wanted to work at the company, and so I actually started in our electronics department putting power cables together, moved into electronics in our production department, and then started helping our engineers as we were developing the IC squared product. And around that same time, I moved into applications engineering, and I did that for about 8 years, and then into product management for 3 years now. But I don't think if I would have been asked, do you want to come work while you're looking for a job, would I have found this passion? Because I went to school for biology, and I never would have thought about going into the business because it wasn't ever pushed on me. Right. It wasn't something I was necessarily interested in growing up, but once I discovered it, I dove headfirst, and I could not imagine looking back. It's so happy, it makes me so proud to be at Renkus-Heinz and work not only alongside my family, but alongside my work family, who truly are family. Both our internal employees and our external selling partners, everybody that we work with is truly considered family, and it makes me really proud to be here. That's
fantastic to hear. So product manager, so obviously we all have different titles. Product manager at Renkus-Heinz, what do you find yourself being responsible for?
Quite a bit, actually, because we're a relatively small team that punches well above our weight in a lot of cases, and so I have to do product management for loudspeakers, loudspeaker hardware, software, and the electronics. So it's quite a bit that goes into it. Luckily, we make primarily integrated self-powered systems, so a lot of that goes hand in hand. But it's a pretty diverse set of skills that I have to have working between our sales team, our executive team, our engineering team, to make sure that what we create, matches the needs of the market and can address what our customers need. So it's a really exciting position and always very dynamic, but quite a bit of responsibilities too.
I bet, and we do have to talk about product. So obviously been working very hard with product. Let's talk about some of the lines, especially what we can expect to see here in Barcelona.
Yeah, so here in Barcelona, we have a small collection of our most popular and also newest products. We've got our UBX series, which we launched at ISE last year, but is continuing to win awards for the innovation that we put into that one. We've also got our Iconics Gen 5, our IC Live and IC Live X, our collection of our C-Series high-quality point source loudspeakers. So it's really a nice collection of what we have to offer to see how our range of solutions can work for whatever projects people are working on.
Well, and let's talk about that. A big part of it is that, it's the hard part sometimes is not being seen as just another speaker company. There are lots of different ways to be able to work in different markets. What are, when you as a company decide, and again, long pedigree, you can't not recognize the Renkus-Heinz name, but what are some of the key use cases that you find that you're best well suited for?
Yeah, so we specialize in digitally steered loudspeakers that go a long way towards controlling the acoustic environment via the audio system. And because of that, we find ourselves playing very heavily in places like House of Worship, in transportation, in corporate centers, and also in education. So those are the places where we find ourselves doing the strongest, and it's largely because of our ability to tackle the acoustics challenges that come with some of those places. Large House of Worship, large transportation centers, they have terrible acoustics, and the technology in our digital beam steered products help to alleviate or eliminate some of those issues. Those are the spaces that we
Let's
find
talk
ourselves.
about the real world effects of that. So, we talk about the digital steering. What can you expect at that point when you're using your specific technology?
Yeah, what the digital beam steering allows you to do essentially is just put the sound exactly where you need it and not where you don't. So if you can avoid reflective surfaces like rear walls, ceilings, side walls, glass, that kind of stuff, what you're going to find is your reverberation level in the room drops significantly. You have less reflections going around the room, and you have more direct sound coming to the people's ears, and that results in better intelligibility and better coverage of the space. So you have more consistent sound across the various audience areas. And when looking at places like transportation or house of worship, when people are able to hear what they need to hear without having to struggle, you have more retention, you have people that are missing their flights less often, you have better education outcomes in education scenarios. So the real world benefits are really apparent once you see it in real life.
Right. And obviously, you're set up here so people can see your full line at this point. Well, fantastic. If they do want to, let's say we can't make it to Barcelona, if they do want to find out more about Renkus-Heinz, how can we find you?
Yeah, so very easy to find us on the web, www.renkus-heinz, renkusheinz.com.
All right. Well, Brad, thanks so much. It's great seeing you again.
Good to see you as well, Rich.
If you want to find out more about Renkus-Heinz, you can find them on their website. If you want to find out more about AVNation and our coverage for ISE 2023 in Barcelona, you can find us on our website at avnation.tv. This is Rich Fregosa for avnation.tv.